Greetings YouTube. I'm going to show you today how to clean out the contacts for an unhappy door panel. This is from my Kia Spectra. It's a 2008, and what I was running into is that the passenger windows were working fine, but the driver's window was barely functioning at all. You could get it sometimes, but essentially non-functional. So the first thing you need is your door panel. There's another video online that shows you how to remove it, but it really just pops off. There's a metal tab at each end, and that will, once you get a small screwdriver in there, you can pop it out pretty easily. The tip I also heard was you could put a little bit of electrical tape or something on the end of the screwdriver to prevent it from damaging the plastic too badly. On each side, there are 4 plastic latches, and this is a bit of a problem to get out, but if you get a really small screwdriver in there and kind of work your way down the latches, eventually you'll be able to get both sides out. It's probably going to take a minute here. The cleaner spray that we're going to be using is called DeoxIT Gold DeoxIT Gold G5. It's on Amazon. It's not too expensive. It is meant for cleaning out electronics like this. You can also use it if you have a stereo. That's a good way to deal with it. If a stereo makes real cracky noises when you're, adjusting the volume. Some people will call it a bad pot. There we go. I got 4 sides out here. And you have to get the other side. I broke a couple of these latches when I was taking it out the first time. Ultimately, it's not a big deal. It should still hold in. It's more about the housing for these clips. Trying to not waste some time here. You'll probably want to skip ahead a little bit so you don't have to watch me fighting with this too much. I'm not a pro, but I think that this kind of knowledge would be helpful for somebody else. There we go. So now we've got the housing. We have an errant window lock button. It just pops right back on, so don't worry about it for now. And now you have the door panel. On the bottom of the panel, again, this bottom plate clips in. This one's much easier to pop out. Just a couple of clips on either side here. There we go. And this comes out. And then from the bottom, the circuit board part itself comes out. For me, where I was interested here we go. The driver's latch is up here towards the top. The part of interest for me was this lever here. The way it works is that there's a spring in this this lever, this button, so that it always pushes a little lever back into place when you let go. But when it comes to the switch slides freely. You don't have to, it'll stay in place. So when you're done, make sure you line it up so it's in the middle. This is the driver's door. This is the car locks. But yeah, make sure they're both in the middle. So that way when you put the top plastic part back on, it all lines up. What I did was, per the directions on the DeoxIT, you slide the lever forward a bit. And with your spray, make sure you get the straw on the end just so you can focus it a bit better. But if you look, when you slide it forward, it makes kind of a little gap underneath. And just give it a tiny little spray. Nothing fancy, just a quick little one. Work it back and forth a whole bunch. If you can't get your finger in there, use a screwdriver. Just keep going. Give it a good 10 seconds, 20 seconds, something like that. You're just trying to work the solution in place here. This stuff doesn't smell too bad, not like a WD-40 or anything. It's not odorless, but it's not so bad. Work that in a bit, do it a whole bunch. I already did this, so I'm going to shorten it. And you can spray the other end as well, which I did before, and I'll do it again just for illustration. I had a multimeter available so that I could actually check the connection between when this lever was forward versus when it was back. If you have a multimeter, all you need to do is set it for the whatever it is, the consistency or the connection coherency or whatever it's called. and then you slide it back, at which point you would test the center pin and the back pin. Slide it forward, test the center pin and the front pin. If you hear a beep when in either position, you know that you're making a good connection, and that means your switch is working. Give it a few more minutes. The directions for the DeoxIT say wait 2 minutes after you sprayed it. I've been using some tissues just to clean it up a little bit. And when you're done, remember, like I said, line these back up. Then you want to put the circuit board back in. I have a rule about testing things before putting it fully back together. So if you prescribe to that rule, this would be a good state to go maybe even put this other back piece back in, then go test it in your car so that you can see it's working before you put it all back together and get real frustrated. The other most important part of this, make sure you put the window lock button back in now, because when you snap it back into the plastic housing, that will be a real pain in the butt to undo because of these really annoying plastic latches. This worked for me. I hope it works for you. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer. I'm not especially good on electronics, but I know a little bit. Other than that, hope it helps. Good luck.